Hey there everyone, Dr. Beth Westy here, and I wanted to pop on and do this video on exercise for your hormones, especially while you're under stress. So for all of us here that are stuck at home, that are, not doing that well with the COVID-19 bit and really feeling it in our systems, but like, oh my gosh, I should do exercise, I gotta do something. What do I do? What do I focus on, especially with my hormonal cycle, to make sure I'm not overdoing it or doing something that's going to backfire on me, fatigue myself, stress my system out more, that type of a thing. Here are some things to focus on. Again, if you missed my video yesterday where I talked about hormones and things throughout the month with your body system and stress, go back and watch that, because really, again, take into account what your system is going through, how your body's responding is going to be unique to you. Day to day, things are going to be very different for you. So if you feel great one day but really exhausted the next day, that is a very normal stress response in your system. We are all feeling stress like we've never felt it before. It is like this weight, this constant thing that's all day. So it's not like, oh, this is really stressful at work. Woo, wait till Friday. Now I can be awesome and feel good and woo, here we go. We get to Friday and we're like, oh, still stuck at home. Wah, wah. Yeah. So that's why I wanted to talk about this. One of the things I'm seeing from a lot of women is that they're feeling pressured to do so much stuff, do so many activities, and if it's not the right thing for your body, it's not the right thing for your body. So really take into account how your system is reacting to the stress right now, and move forward with the things that are best for you and your system. So with that in mind, if you are worried about your hormonal system, if you're like, yeah, things are getting worse, I'm really having a hard time recovering from my workouts, I feel like something's really off, here is the best way to get your system tested right now, which is a Dutch test. It is a dried urine test that tells me what your hormones are doing in your system, and then we go over your results to make sure that you are getting the right recommendations in terms of, activity, rest, nutrition, all the things, right? That's why I love the Dutch test. But when we look at here, some of these things in terms of, okay, how do I know where I'm at? Day 1 is the first day of your period. Day 14 is about when you ovulate. Day 28 is about when that ends. You may be off right now due to stress and hormones. That's very normal, and that's okay. Tracking your basal body temperature can be really helpful to figure out where you're at. So if you're not tracking, your basal body temperature here, this is basal body temperature, lower here, higher here, but it can be off because of stress. So keep that in mind. But that's an approximation of where you can really start to focus your activity to be more efficient and effective. So during these first 2 weeks here, focusing on estrogens, great. This is the point where your metabolism is going to be higher, your body can move faster, recover faster from workouts. So work on your strength here, your muscle building is going to be better. This does not mean go to fatigue. This does not mean go really, really extreme. This is, okay, you can push yourself a little bit harder here, but you don't need to do anything really over the top, again, because your system has a lot more stress to deal with and manage. It's tougher on your body. So, but if you're going to add more strength and you want to focus on that, this is a great time to do it. This is also a great time to work on your speed, interval training, kick it up a notch. Your body can handle it and recover a little bit faster. So this is the time to do it. Awesome. This does not mean you need to do speed training for 2 hours. Even if you're like, well, I've got the time, maybe I should do 5 workouts a day. No. Again, your system is still under a lot of stress. So normally if your recovery time would be super fast here, it might be still a little bit slower than normal, but it's still faster here than it is over here. So while we're in the progesterone phase, so for those of you that are like, oh yeah, I'm on day 24. Ooh, yeah, this is a time where your hormones are higher for both, and it can be a lot for your system to process, meaning it's going to take longer to recover from workouts. So you can work on strength still. You don't need to push it as much. You can work on speed if you want, right? Great. But you can also work on endurance a little bit more But again, keep in mind that if you're going to go for a 2-hour run, it might wreck your system for a couple of days, versus, oh yeah, I used to recover faster from that. Yeah, your body's also processing a crap ton of stress, which makes it a lot harder. So focus on your recovery time and focus on your flexibility here. Still get some workouts in, but if you're doing a workout and you're like, gosh, I'm just not feeling it, or I'm feeling just, heavy and fatigued. What's wrong with me? Ugh. You're in progesterone phase. You're under a crap ton of stress. It's a very specific amount, crap ton of stress. Give your system the break that it needs. Focus on recovery. Focus on flexibility. And be able to get back and just keep that movement in. That's a big win overall. So, just some tips there. I do cover more of this in my book, The Female Fat Solution. This is on Amazon. So I do talk more about exercise, specifically estrogen versus progesterone. Now, again, keep in mind that right now, everything is going to be harder for your system to move through because of stress. Because of the constant stress that we're under. It's not like, oh yeah, I just had a really tough day. This is, I've had a tough day every day for the past month. Yeah, that's a very different thing than just being like, oh yeah, I had a tough day. So take it with a grain of salt. Keep it in mind to move through it in your own time. But I do have more resources here. Other resources I have for you, of course, are my podcast, The Female Health Solution. You can subscribe to that so you stay updated on all the podcasts I have coming out. And then my YouTube channel is Dr. Beth Westy. Subscribe to that so you are constantly notified when I do a new video, when I talk about these things and they come in sequence. I hear from a lot of women that when they stumble across my YouTube channel, they binge watch for like 4 hours, because you'll find video after video after video, like all along the same lines, and learn and glean so much information from it. And that's a beautiful thing. And that's kind of how I designed doing all these videos, is I'm giving you small chunks of information, but that all connect and it builds off of all this other information. So important things to realize. And right now, of course, I'm tailoring my information to what you guys need, what you're looking for, and what's going to be the most helpful for you in terms of what can I utilize right now? How can I navigate, through this time where, we're not allowed out, or the gyms are closed, or all these other things, and what should I really be looking at? And information changes day to day, and it's very overwhelming. It's overwhelming. Yeah. So keep that in mind. If your brain is overwhelmed with a lot of the information, it's going to be easy for your body to be overwhelmed also, and that's the stress reaction and response. So again, getting movement in is great. Anything you can do, to honor your body in terms of movement is wonderful. But if you're looking at doing things specifically for your hormones, these are the things to focus on. That's what I got for you guys tonight. Please let me know if you have any other questions or need any other help. If you found this helpful, please share it with somebody that you know could use this message also. The more women can know and understand, the more things we can do to move forward with our own health with the information that we're getting. So have a great rest of your night. I'll see you later.